Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Super excited to have you guys here. I am really excited with the way 2021 has started off. I've got some new stuff in the works. Make sure you guys check out the Behind the Reel podcast. I'll link that above so you guys can check that out. Really excited about getting into the minds of some of these proven tournament anglers and just seeing how you guys operate on the water and do some of your research and pre-fishing and things like that. So if you guys are interested in just getting the thought process kind of behind some of these guys, this is a super awesome series to check out. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're stuck in the garage here. It's still pretty chilly out. There's a lot of ice on the water still. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do an unboxing. This is going to be a 6 cents Super 6-sack unboxing, and I actually ditched my MonsterBass box or bag or whatever the heck they're doing now in order to go this route. Overall, fairly pleased with MonsterBass. I don't really feel like they live up to the hype that they create around themselves, being that specifically that they're tailoring these to our specific regions. Not really super sold on that. I've got several boxes that I feel like didn't fit the style of fishing that it takes to, catch fish around here, at least consistently. Anyways, today we're going to get right into this unboxing. This is 6 cents Super 6-sack. As always, I've got my trusty little Outdoors Edge knife here. This is the Razor Light EDC 3-inch. Like so. All right, so right off the bat, we have a 10% off your next purchase, and then a 25% off camo bait bags and bait zips. So it looks like this is probably a code that you guys could use as well. Check that out. I do like those bags. I'm thinking about getting some of those bait zips, I guess they would call them. I know my buddy Jacob's got a pretty cool Z-Man one, and kind of reminds me of that. So right off the bat, this bag is pretty cool. I will say that it's not going to be a super reusable bag on the water. So like the MonsterBass bag, and this isn't really going to be a comparison video. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it'll turn into one. I feel like this bag would be a little bit more suited to be used on the boat or on the kayak. But anyways, this 6 cents bag, definitely you could, use it after. You're not just going to throw it in the trash. It's kind of like one of those Crown Royal bags is what it reminds me of. But this thing just feels loaded. Pretty excited to see what's in here. So I'm just going to kind of do this blind. Oh yeah. So right off the bat, super excited. This is the Divine Hybrid jig, and this is in Grass Mutant. I got some of these jigs last year, and I bought them in like 3/4 ounce. I don't ever throw 3/4 ounce jigs, not very often at all. So this in 1/2 ounce, this is going to be something I'm definitely going to throw. And this is like a bluegill, kind of a bluegill pattern, I feel like. It's got a nice bait keeper there. Seems like a pretty decent hook, not a super heavy wire hook. You've got plenty of bristles on there for your weed guard. You can trim those down if you want. But I do really like, I really do like imitating bluegill around where I'm at. So I use a lot of black and blue, and I use a lot of green pumpkin. And what I'll probably do with this one is I'll probably put a real dark like black and blue trailer on it to give it a little bit more, make it stand out a little bit more in that dirty water. So that is the Divine Hybrid jig in 1/2 ounce. So definitely going to use this in whatever part of the country you're in, right? Crankbaits. So that is something that 6 cents is really well known for, is the crankbaits. I do have several of these Cloud 9s. Look at that color, man. That is awesome. Is this like this is the Jank Juice. And this is one that Man, that is awesome. I'm so excited that I got that. So what I've been doing is, or where I saw this color the first time was Justin Royal, and he has done really well with this color. I have done really well with crankbaits that dive down to that 10-foot depth range, and I feel like that's going to get bit even in that muddy water. I think you could do really well with it either way. It's not like a super loud chartreuse, but then you've got that purple, which I really like that purple back as well. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. I almost pulled the trigger on some of these Jank Juice colors here not too long ago, and for whatever reason, I didn't do it. I've been buying a lot of tackle, so I probably was just feeling guilty and decided to not hit that button. But man, that Jank Juice is super clean. Look at that. I like it. Okay, here is a 6 cents Crush Mini 25X. This is a 1/4 ounce, dives to 2 to 4 feet. This thing is tiny. Wow. So it's a silent, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a silent bait. Look at that thing. That is awesome. You've got that purple back, you've got that gold line down the center, you've got that kind of shad profile with that purplish kind of lavender. I like it. I mean, I don't ever throw crankbaits that small. This thing is tiny, guys. Look at that. You can see how small that is. Look at that up next to the Cloud 9. I don't know if the video even does it justice, but it's small. I mean, it's not much longer than the bill. Pretty cool. I like that. I think that's going to do really well. Man, you could even probably fish for crappie with this thing. I'll probably throw this on one of the kids' rods and have them fish it out at my grandpa's place. I think that'd be cool. In those clear water situations, you know, that silent, small profile, you just might get crushed on that thing. Okay, so here's some Divine jig heads. These are 3/8 ounce, which is what I like to throw. Look at this. You got that screw lock keeper there. You can see that. You've got this kind of a shad paint job on the head here. You got a pretty stout hook. I mean, this is going to be great on a swim bait. That's going to be real good on a swim bait. Kind of, again, that kind of lavender almost matches the same pattern that we have on this little Crush Mini. So you get 3 of these, guys. Pretty stout jig on there too, honestly. 3/8 ounce. Throw a paddle tail on the back of that thing. You know what? Okay, this is Baby Shad is the color. What was this one? Gizzard Shad. Gizzard Shad is the 25X here. Sorry, I didn't tell you what color that was. That new whale, that 6 cents come out. I wonder if there's one of these in this box. I'm really hoping so. I've been paying attention to the 6 cent stuff. I've been watching some of the Justin Royal stuff. You know, you see Milliken and some of those other guys that are throwing a bunch of 6 cents. And I've thrown a bunch of their stuff, and I'm really impressed so far. Holy crap. Ask and you shall receive. Here are some swim baits. This is a 3.8 Clearwater Rose is the color. Divine swim baits. And let's see if I can figure out how to open this thing. There we go. Pull one of these out. That is, I think that'll do real well in those clear water situations. You got kind of a translucent, almost, you got some like rose colored flakes with some lavender mixed in the belly. what did it say? 3.8 inches long. Pair that up with the 3/8 ounce jig. I think that thing will get bit for sure. This is kind of a clear water deal, I would think, but I've got some places I can fish some clear water. We'll be out at Wilson this year. I'm definitely going to throw this one out there for sure. So this is the Divine swim bait. So far we've got 2 crankbaits, we've got a jig, we've got swim bait jig heads, we've got swim baits, and there's still some more stuff in here. Woo! There you go. There's that Chartreuse black back Crush 50S silent. That's a 3/8 ounce square bill. I love square bill fishing. You guys are going to find out real quick how much I love fishing a square bill. That is something that has grown on me over the last couple of years. I used to not fish a whole lot of crankbaits, but I've done pretty well over this last year or two on square bill specifically, and I've tried a whole bunch of different ones. So I'm pretty excited to try the 6 Cents Crush series. This is a much brighter chartreuse compared to that Jank Juice, right? And then you got the black back. So I'm super excited about throwing that thing. Definitely going to get crushed, hence the name, and the dirty water that I like to fish. All right, what do we got in here next? We got the Stroker Craw. This is 3.3 inches. Green Pumpkin Burst. Okay, so this is kind of a little creature bait, I guess. And then you can tell these claws, you know, are gonna make some commotion. Almost a grub-like profile. Just kind of a big, you know, I don't know. I don't ever throw grubs, honestly, but I've been thinking about getting into, you know, trying to throw some grubs on the back of my jigs, and I just might try that one out. That might be a good pair for the, what do you think about that? That might be a good pair right there. I know I said I was going to throw a black and blue, but man, if I'm fishing some clear water, that thing would just make a killer craw trailer, or a killer trailer for that. Alright, cool. Well, we got 2 things of soft plastic so far. 1 swim baits. One of them is going to be this creature bait. Got a jig. We got some jig heads for our swim baits. And we got 3 crankbaits so far. What did I pay? I don't remember what I paid for this thing. I'll have to figure out what I paid for it and link it. Throw it on the screen. Okay, this is the last thing in here. This is a dark water bug, which I fish a lot of dark water. Shaky worm, Divine shaky worm. 7-inch it looks like. So this is like a black, wow, that is awesome. It's like a black, it's gonna be hard to tell, but you can see once you start to see that blue in there, like the top side of it is one color and then the bottom side of it is another. So you've got black on one half of it, and then you've got a June bug on the other half of it. So this is going to be killer in dirty water. And yeah, on a shaky head, that'd be awesome. It's a ribbed. It's kind of a weird texture, really. It's different. Imagine it probably floats pretty good. It's kind of got that air tail looking deal. That is awesome. I put it in there backwards. There we go. So we got the Divine shaky worm, 7-inch. There's 8 of them in there. I do like it when baits come in these little clamshells. That way you can keep them together and keep them from disforming. I like them when they come with this clamshell. Keep them nice and organized in there and keep them from getting all bent up and whatnot. So anyways, that was the last thing in the bag. Just a quick recap. We got some 7-inch shaky worms. We got some 3 and 3.3-inch stroker craws. We got the Divine swim baits. We got the Divine jig heads. We got the Crush 50S Silent. We got the Jank Juice Cloud 9. We got the Crush Mini 25X. And we got the Divine Hybrid Jig. So all that for under 40 bucks, I believe. And then this was my first box, so I got $10 off. I believe I used JR10. So check out Justin Roy if you haven't. He's got a lot of really good 6th Sense videos, unboxings, and he's caught some pretty big fish on 6th Sense baits as well. So just to kind of go over my MonsterBass thing, canceling my MonsterBass subscription, I really just wanted to try something new. It wasn't that I was super disappointed with the MonsterBass offerings. There was a couple months where I was like, really? Come on now. I think it has more to do with their claim to be more of a tailored subscription service. Like, this is supposed to be what I'm gonna fish in my area. And I think they didn't really live up to that in several instances. So I decided that I was going to try the 6th Sense stuff out. 6th Sense has a little bit of everything. There's a lot of stuff on there that I wanted to try out, so I thought this is a good way to do it. Let me know what you guys thought about this sack. Let me know how you think it, stacks up against some of the MonsterBass unboxings that I've done in the past. And if you have any personal experience with 6th Sense or MonsterBass or anything to do with these specific baits that we unboxed today, let me know what you think about those, and if you've caught some big ones on there, let me know as well. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys coming along. Make sure you click on that bell. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel, because we got some really cool stuff coming. We're going to have some on the water content, and we're definitely going to be getting behind the reel of some anglers near you very soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Appreciate you guys sticking with me, and we will see you again real soon.